Hello, welcome back, and let's continue Othercide. I am Allan Enraged. Let's get started. So we had a really good run this last time, and we're ready to move on to the next day. We're getting much closer to the boss,
new challenge beckons.
which concerns me. I would like to go the full week before confronting the boss, which means we probably won't get to it this episode, but we're just gonna keep building up our characters, which are doing fantastic, might I say. Ooh, we have things in the codex. A new character. The Hunter. That was the big boy we fought last episode. The Hunter is both big and strong, and deals significant damage. It will choose the closest target with the most health, and try to prevent her from moving away, while launching a forceful attack all around itself. Had I become a monster? My nightmares seemed so real. I could no longer distinguish truth from falsehood. Consciousness, unconsciousness. Everything was mixed up in a whirlwind of violence and anger. I wanted to destroy everything, just as much as I wanted to cry. So luckily we didn't notice anything from him because we murdered him so quickly. Just murder. Dead Hunter. I'm sure next time we won't get as lucky. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Remember.
We got a new remembrance. Surgery notes. An aged piece of parchment, dotted with splotches of blood that partially conceal carefully written text. Although hard to decipher, it appears to describe the process of amputation. Minus 25% vitae cost to equip memories. That is fantastic, and we definitely want to activate it. I don't know what happens. Oh, we have more. We have so much more. I don't know what happens when we activate it. If we can activate it every time, or what? Let's check out the preserved heart. Its colors faded. This heart is hewn together with jagged stitches, dried pus clinging to the threads. All daughters gain plus 15% damage to cultists. Extra damage is always nice. Heart of clay. A tiny heart made out of clay, now hardened. Finger marks are still visible along the surface, the shape of its childish representation rather than an anatomical one. It gives all daughters 15% damage to nightmares creatures. We have 40 shards. I think at this point, though I would love the surgery notes, I think giving everybody damage to cultists might help against the boss. I think it's a cultist. It doesn't seem like a nightmare. Maybe it's a nightmare cultist. I'm not exactly sure. But extra damage is extra damage. We have 325 vitae. We can equip a memory if we want. So, who's most in need of a memory? Probably Candid. We really need to heal Innocente. Miracle has 2 memories. I don't want to give a memory to someone I'm flat out going to sacrifice. So I think I'd like to give it to my high level Blade Master. I'm not exactly sure what ability to give it to. 20% extra damage would be a little over 100 extra damage, which is nearly lethal range for the gun guys, which I doubt would ever go into melee range. It already kills the like the dog-like things. We'll equip that. We'll wait to germinate a daughter. I really want to regenerate Innocente. I just don't know who I want to use to heal her. But Claire has more health and more damage, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure at all. I think I'll regenerate her now. I'm confused that it's allowing me to use somebody of a lower level. It says equal level or higher, so that was interesting. Alright, so yeah, like I said, oh, and we get 3% dodge chance. It's not like the best remnant. I wish it was the extra damage and extra life. But hey. But it is what it is.
I feel her light grow stronger.
We don't have anybody else we need to heal. But Innocente has a lot of our traits. And that's why I wanted to keep her, because like her stats don't necessarily reflect the traits. Like the 3% dodge does, you know, at 23%. But the end of turn delay was better because of this stat. We just got a lot of dodge. So having less life might be alright. But that 10% extra damage isn't as good as the damage as the other Lyral, but it does put her close. We're going to germinate a daughter here. We already have 2 Soul Slingers, 2 Shield Bearers, 2 Blade Masters. We already have a Soul Slinger that is of a lower level. I think I'll make a new Shield Bearer, because our Blade Masters are doing fantastic so far.
Give life to our daughters.
Providence. I wonder if it ever copies a name that you already have on your roster.
Guide her well. Now,
our new Shield
unleash
Bearer.
her on any who stand in her way.
And we do want to take her on one of these synapses to at least level her up to 2. We have a hard and impossible, so we'll take our low level on the hard rather than the impossible. As well as our low level Soul Slinger. And then we'll bring along a high level Blade Master to kind of balance out the levels. So she can do just a little bit of the extra work. Let's go.
We must prepare to pay any price.
The cure lies buried beneath pounds of sickly flesh.
It always starts with our gun girls. I assume they just have a higher initiative. I don't like the idea of moving too close at all. We're gonna have to kill 6 enemies, and that's a big boy. I'm gonna move behind this rock, or rubble, and then we'll end our turn. We don't want to use intercepting round because we're going to act rather quickly. And the enemies are not going to get a chance to attack us. You're a gun person, so are you. So I think I will move into range here. And allow them to put themselves into a position where they have to lock themselves into an animation. Just like that. So that's our focus right now because we don't want to take that hit if we can help it. So we'll move up to here. We're just gonna shoot the crap out of them. We already have a long time before we can move again, which is unfortunate. Puts Candide in a bad spot from the hunter. And we cannot move. We don't need an intercepting round because I don't feel like anybody's going to get attacked here.
How foolish my fears. The veil grows weaker, his power stronger.
I wouldn't mind moving her in range. Oh, she does not have her gain armor ability. Fascinating. I still don't want to move her within range. And I'd rather her in between the two characters. Allies, daughters. Oh dear.
It will reap what suffering has sown.
This was less than ideal.
The doctor has sent a new atrocity.
Alright, this has gone extremely horrible very quickly. So we need to move out of that range. That won't be too difficult, luckily. Sorry. I think I'd like to move behind this unit. And then get some shots off on his flank. It's not a lot of damage. But it's something.
Shred them down.
All right. That did not go away.
Memories of another life. Guard them well.
Okay, now it did. Fascinating. I'm a little worried. So we still have 3 enemies remaining. Like, these 2 are gonna spawn. Luckily, they're just curse therapists. And we do have Candide moving before it. I don't think that's going to make any difference. Neither is delaying its initiative. So I'd like to move here, so it has to use some action points. And hope it doesn't go after Mercy. Mercy is our high level, and we'd really prefer her to stay alive. Our gun girl can take care of these pretty easily. And since she doesn't do any damage to him.
A bitter victory. exquisite.
We have nothing we can do left except for an intercepting round, which hopefully will interrupt the his next attack so that he doesn't get to do it. Perfect. Ah, that could not have gone better. A great use of 10% life. We move behind him and we just stab him in the booty hole.
A bitter
That was
victory.
fantastic. We took one big hit. I don't think that could have been
Memories of
prevented.
another life. Guard them well.
We got one memory. 200 vitae.
Let her flourish.
And Mercy is close to a level up, which at level 5 she gets a new skill, and that I'm excited for because it's new. So
It is done.
so we
But
can
what falls today may rise again tomorrow.
so we can hopefully have her extra skill by the time we fight the boss, as well as her healed up, which is going to be the more difficult task, since she is level 4 and no one else is level 4, and anybody who does become level 4, I would prefer to keep level 4 alive. It'd be cool if we had a resurrection token and we could sacrifice somebody to heal her up and then immediately resurrect them. That would be pretty great. And we might keep that in the mind in the future. Alright, our new shield bearer gained a new ability. We're going to take Blacksmith's Grace. And nobody gained any traits. Pretty simple fight overall. And we'll take on the Impossible Hunt. If this last one was just hard and this one being impossible, I'm slightly concerned. I'd like to take Celeste to level her up to 3. Miracle and Innocente, and go.
We must prepare to pay any price.
We must.
These statues remember no victory, no heroes, only pain.
Alright, we have 13 enemies, which is a lot more than the 7 we had last time. It's also, you know, it's a decent sized map, but it's not like as big as 13 enemies would make you think. If I move here, I'm not within shooting range. The main thing is we want to be within melee range of the plague guards. We do not mind being in shooty range, because we can hopefully not get shootied. He moved. Like, what's the point of that even? Alright, you're gonna gain armor. I can already tell. You did not gain armor. How about you? Fascinating. Alright. So, this guy needs to die immediately, which is what we're gonna do. It's unfortunate that we do not have him within range. A little bit more. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking
mercy.
about. I'm already below. So I'd like to lock him. We don't do very much damage to him, but locking him is nice. And then we can just step behind him, stab that booty hole.
Striking.
So we're already going to be like very delayed in our movements since we're just under. Oh man. He's barely within out of range. Let's move one step. I love that skill.
Shred them down.
I'm gonna step one more. We just want to be as far away from the shield guy as possible. Unfortunately, they're not lined up, or I would take extra steps to perform a shield bash. But I think we just prefer her to move sooner than the rest.
Will the poor one's suffering never end?
They're still not moving.
Just arrived.
So I'm gonna delay it even further. This is fine.
They collect pieces
That's also
of broken
fine.
souls.
I still feel very in control here. Our shooty girl can kill both of these, no problem. Which she is just going to immediately do, because that's her job. Her job is a lot easier. She does not miss.
A bitter victory. Exquisite.
Take on an intercepting round to delay an attack, because I found out I love that move. And move up. Now what they don't know here is that I have just unlocked
Will the poor
a
one's
combo,
suffering never
and that
end?
combo is murder time.
You can't stop progress. The cure will be found.
Oh, you cannot do that twice in a row. Fascinating. We'll lock him in place. And slash him again.
Progress has
Perfect.
its setbacks.
She really is a miracle. We have 6 enemies remaining, and we've only lost 10% life here. We don't mind taking a while on our next attack.
One less to plague the innocent.
As enemies still need to spawn.
They collect pieces of broken souls.
I thought he was going to attack. He is. Intercepted. Ha ha! I love that
Foolish, my
skill.
fears. The veil grows weaker. His power stronger.
It's too bad the intercept doesn't work for more than one attack, but it makes sense since it interrupts. We have 3 enemies left.
Progress has its setbacks.
So to minimize damage Innocente takes, we're just going to move away at the smallest amount.
Memories of another life.
And we'll intercepting
them
round
well.
one last time. That should hit at least one enemy.
They worship.
That was not who I
torture
thought
and
was
call
gonna
it
spawn.
Science.
There we go. Don't move.
The new ship is just
Fascinating.
Whatever we can to prevent this torture.
This is almost the last enemy.
Progress has its setbacks.
I don't even think there's any point in doing anything. Now there is. There's a point. It's alright. Innocente's here to shoot him up. That was fantastic. I think we're definitely getting the hang of the game. I don't know how we're going to beat the boss, but we'll try. We gained 2 memories, 250 vitae.
Come what may, we will slow suffering's progress.
3 level ups.
We've awoken
Today
from
was
one
a
nightmare,
fantastic day.
but we may soon live another.
Miracle gained a new trait. She gains 10% less XP, but does 10% extra critical damage. Well, considering her critical chance is 3%, that makes me sad. I don't think that's a good trait. Definitely not befitting of my miracle. I much prefer Mercy, who's level 4 and has not received a trait. Fascinating. Alright, with 475. We have 0 synapses. We have 1 more day we can complete before the boss attacks no matter what. So let's look at our characters. Is there anybody worth germinating for heals? I think Candid and Peace and Miracle have enough health. Mercy, being at nearly half-life, really needs to be fixed, but I don't want to lose Innocente or Miracle. Only Peace will hit level 4, and I'd prefer having a level 4 shield bearer over losing her to heal. So this is going to be difficult. Let's... I definitely didn't want to go back. Let's take our higher our higher health level 4s, like Miracle. Increase that damage by 20%. We'll go to our Soul Slinger. These do the same thing. I wonder why they have different names. And we'll add an additional attack to Shadow Round. We'll save that extra 200 for a potential germination, and we'll move on to the next day. I think this is where we're going to wrap up this episode. So, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.